a good day to you, and welcome to join me on the newspaper review right here on TAF TV. My name is Cyril Aloysius, reporting to you live here from TAF TV, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. And shortly we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, I will bring you the headlines in full. Do stay with us.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by TAF Media Limited.
Alright, you're welcome back from that short break, and taking you straight now to our first paper for this morning. We have amongst the headlines in The Guardian. This one here says, investors want more slice of 13.76 trillion naira pension assets in stocks. Investors want more slice of 13.76 trillion naira pension assets in stocks. Okay, next in The Guardian we have Buhari's critics responsible for division in Nigeria. Additional replies Kuka. Buhari's critics responsible for division in Nigeria. Additional replies Kuka. That's on page 2 of The Guardian. And next in The Guardian we have Ronaldo. Partner announces death of baby boy. Ronaldo partner announces death of baby boy. That's on page 46 of The Guardian. Alright, next in The Guardian we have pardoning corrupt persons impairs existence of anti-graft agencies, says Wiki. Says pardoning corrupt persons impairs existence of anti-graft agencies, says Wiki. That's on page 4 of The Guardian. And next in The Guardian we have terrorists gives Zamfara government 14 days to pay 30 million naira for killing wife to others. Terrorists gives Zamfara government 14 days to pay 30 million naira for killing wife and 2 others. That's on page 8 of The Guardian. And lastly in The Guardian for this morning we have here Nigeria bankrupt, hopeless without new constitution, says Afe Babalola. Nigeria bankrupt and hopeless without new constitution, says Afe Babalola. That's on page 3 of The Guardian. Right, taking you straight now to our next paper for this morning. You want more details on those headlines you heard, do get a copy of The Guardian for yourself. Alright, amongst the headlines in The Punch for this morning we have here electoral violence. 1,149 Nigerians killed. INEC suffers 42 attacks. Decries rising insecurity. That's on page 2 and 25 of The Punch. And next in The Punch we have Chrisland shot. School parents disagree over alleged rape. Police begin probe. Chrisland shot. Parents in schools disagree over alleged rape. Police begin probe. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch. And next, we have in the Punch, Akeredolu returns to Nigeria amid death rumor. Akeredolu returns to Nigeria amid death rumor. That's on page 11 of the Punch. And next in the Punch, we have Lassa fever kills 138. NCDC activates emergency center. Lassa fever kills 138. NCDC activates emergency center. That's on page 25 of the Punch. And lastly, in the Punch, we have Cross River, Taraba, Zamfara yet to pay minimum wage 4 years after. Cross River, Taraba, Zamfara yet to pay minimum wage 4 years after. That on page 19 of the Punch. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Punch for this morning. You want more details on those headlines? Do get a copy of the Punch newspaper for yourself. All right. The last paper we shall be looking at for today is the Daily Sun, and amongst the headlines in the Daily Sun, we have $418 million Paris Club loan. Governors draw battle lines with federal government. Warn presidency to steer clear of money. That's on page of their money. I beg your pardon. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. $418 million Paris Club loan. Governors draw battle lines with FG. Warn presidency to steer clear of their money. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. And next in the Daily Sun, we have Afe Babalola makes case for interim government after Buhari. Afe Babalola makes case, I beg your pardon, for interim government after Buhari. That's on page 26 of the Daily Sun. And next in the Daily Sun, we have 2003 Lagos APC GAC endorses Sanwo-Olu for second term. That's on page 3 of the Daily Sun. And next in Daily Sun, we have UNICEF predicts gloomy future for Nigeria. Says nation unlikely to compete at global level in few years to come. That's on page 4 of the Daily Sun. And lastly, in the Daily Sun, we have Lagos shuts Chrisland schools over viral sex video. Lagos shuts Chrisland schools over viral sex video. Police probe rape of female student by male schoolmates. That's on page 18 of the Daily Sun. Okay, that's the much we can take in today's segment of the newspaper review, and it's about time we move over to our discussion segment, a segment where we discuss on some of the headlines you heard. All right, shortly we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take you straight to our discussion segment. Do stay with us.
My name is Caroline Alfred, and I am your host.
I don't love nagging men.
I think if Ed Sheeran is not at my wedding, I may leave the wedding.
So if I'm meeting somebody, I would like that person to...
Every lady out there would like a level-headed man.
What does love mean to you? Spinsters and bachelors get to meet themselves on a blind date, get to know each other better, and get into relationships that would culminate into marriage eventually.
Okay, you're welcome back from that short break, and joining me in today's discussion segment is one of our very popular faces, and by that person I mean Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Victor, straight to the business of the day. What do you make of Afe Babalola making a case for the interim government after Buhari?
Okay, with what Afe Babalola, okay, we already know him as a stakeholder of the Nigerian of Nigeria as a country, because he's notable for his vast knowledge in the economy, his vast knowledge in industrialization and in education. He has one of the most successful universities in Nigeria. Okay. And people listen to him for advice, and he has come up this time around to say that the government of Buhari should step aside on their normal date, which is by May 29th, 2023, and after that they should have an interim government of 6 months. That interim government should have persons that are willing to serve the nation, so that they will use that 6 months to give us a new constitution. Afe Babalola has made that point because of the sliding effect of the administration of Buhari. Mind you, he's ending his tenure, and as you can see, everything seems to be crumbling at the moment. So he's saying, please, let's have a new government of just 6 months, so that the constitution can be not just amended. A new constitution should be in place, a new security system should be in place, and for that 6 months, that any lawmaker that wants to be part of the 6 months should know that you are not going to be paid salary. You are coming to serve the nation. All you just have to, your take home is only allowances when there is a sitting day. So he's trying to say that if this government, if they go ahead to switch over to another 4 years of another government, that is the same people, the same crop of people, that Nigeria should take a break of 6 months. Are you getting me? So that you can wipe away these bad politicians that have only their own interest and not the interest of the masses.
Okay, Mr. Victor, that being said, you as a person, how effective do you think this idea would be in curbing corruption and bringing things to normalcy in the country? Okay, personally, it's a smart idea, but it's going forward, I don't think that will happen with the kind of government we have. Why don't you think it will happen? Because the politicians of today are about their own pocket. You can't tell them that they should have a break, because they want to continue. Okay. They want to be in power. These people are power thirsty. They don't want a break in transmission. Okay. Just like what happened during before the 99 election. You know, Abdul Salami was there in 1998. Gave a whole 1 year before we now had a new constitution. Okay. Before then the election. So he is saying we should also use that same style, bring in an interim leader or president that can usher Nigeria into a new realm, a better phase. Because this particular government, this current government, majority of the persons they are both in the National Assembly, they are the same people that will go into the next 4 years. Okay. All right, thanks for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. So what do you also make of the governors drawing a battle line against the FG as regards the $480 million Paris club loan? The Paris club loan. Okay, the Paris club loan. Yeah, because governors are actually drawing a battle line against the federal government, saying that the government should, the presidency should stay away from their money.
Well, they are. Remember the Paris club loan. They should go.
Okay, let's just go for a break, and when we come back, we'll continue from where we start. All right, you're welcome back from that short break, and we'll start from where we stopped, Mr. Victor. So, governors joined a battle line against the federal government because of the $418 million Pari Club loan. What do you make of that particular headline?
Okay, you know, the Pari Club, they are refunding Nigeria some monies that the Obasanjo administration was able to plead on the behalf of Nigeria that these guys, please refund us part of the interest we've paid and please forgive our debt. Okay, now this 418, I'll still come back to the Pari Club thing. Now this $418 million is the next batch of money being about to be returned by the Paris Club.
Okay.
The government, the 36 state governors and the 774 local government councils are saying that that money should be returned fully without any deduction. But the federal government, through the Attorney General Malami, is saying that the consultant that was able to do the legal works has to be paid. On a normal, when you are, because you know it's not just about government going to collect that money like that. There has to be legal framework. There has to be a consultant. You can't run away from that. So, but they are now saying the governors and the local government councils are more like, see, this deduction that you want to give to the consultant, don't tamper with our money. We did not have any agreement with any consultant in this particular 418. Before, yes, you guys have it cutting short of our money through these consultants means.
Okay.
This time around, we do not engage any consultant. And mind you, let me now go down to a bit of history. In 2018, same thing happened. The consultant was Honorable former Senator. Well, they say if you're a senator, you're always a senator. Senator Ned Nwoko. Senator Ned Nwoko is from Aniocha, Delta State. This is more like his profession. Okay. He brokers deals for governments, Nigerian government in particular, in terms of when they have any monetary or debt recovery. Is a specialty there. So this time around, they are more like pointing to Ned Nwoko. This time around, you are not touching this money. You are giving us all our 100%, but you know, legal fees. For me, you know, legal fees has to be paid.
But do you think there's a foul play going on somewhere? Like, do you smell or do you perceive some sort of foul play?
Well, on a normal, this is Nigeria, and anything happens. So they are pointing fingers, though. Okay. Some persons are pointing fingers that the federal Attorney General, Malami himself, not the state Attorney Generals, that he has in hand with this, that he will be getting his cut from the consultants. You see this money, wahala.
Should I say in local dialects we say, "I will see the chop."
Exactly.
So exactly. I just personally, I don't know. Personally, I feel like it's a normal thing that should go down. I mean, I made this possible, so I should have my own.
That's for the consultant, yes.
Yeah, I should have my own.
Why
cut.
not? Yes. Yes, for the consultant.
So the governor saying that there should not be any cutting of the money. I think it's kind of like mission impossible.
They also have a point. You know why? I think they also have a point.
Based on the agreement, right?
Yes, it's commonwealth, meaning that everybody is involved with this money. As in, this money is returning to, is going to be splitted like before. So they were like, if we are to use a consultant, we are supposed to be consulted first before a consultant will be selected.
Okay.
For this task. Okay. But this time around, you guys did not tell us anything. You just chose your consultant and not telling us that this consultant will be getting so amount of money. Are you getting me? But now, let me now go back to a little bit of diversion. My question is, these same governors, these local government councils, they will come out tomorrow and tell you that they will do this for the state, they will do that for the state. But their primary aim is how to collect federal allocation and returning of loans like this. Okay. You go to a state, There's no initiative in that state. The governor is doing virtually nothing, just waiting at the end of the month to send his commissioner of finance to Abuja to go and collect their own share of the national cake. Okay, so it's so appalling. And yes, this the Paris Club thing, well, that's one big thing with the Obasanjo administration. Just like everybody saying, the Buhari administration, what are we going to say that he has really done for the country for 8 years? But for Obasanjo, we are able to get the mobile networks, mind you, and this particular Paris fund refund. This is a huge amount of money that we are talking about. Mind you, since 1964, just after our independence, that was when Nigeria started borrowing money from this Paris club, till 1971. That 1971, there was an oil boom just after the Civil War. The Civil War ended about 1970. Just after the Civil War, there was oil boom. Could you imagine that? First.
Mr. Victor, speaking of borrowing, judging from the kind of a big nation Nigeria is, with all the resources that we have, do you really think we should be borrowing up to this level? Don't you think by now
borrowing for? In the normal sense, you borrow to better your business.
Because I know of some countries who have, in fact, little or nothing of what we have as a nation. In our case, in terms of natural resources.
In our case, we borrow to pay salaries, while others are borrowing to make proper investments.
Yes.
Like railways.
With all the resources we have.
Like electricity. But in our own case, we borrow to pay salaries. And these state governors will just sit down and be waiting on the next association to go borrow money from. And tomorrow, they will now be praying for debt forgiveness. Just like Paris Club. So, it's really, really troubling and saddening.
Okay, Mr. Victor, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Really appreciate you coming.
Thank you, sir.
And for you who have been watching us, thank you so much for sticking there and staying faithful. This is where we have to call it a wrap on today's segment of the newspaper review right here on TAV TV. Do want to join us another time, and my name remains Cyril Aloysius. Do want to follow us on all our social media handles. On YouTube is at TAV TV, on Instagram is at TAV TV_NG, on Facebook is at TAV TV, and on Twitter is at TAV TV. Until we come your way again next time, do have a wonderful day.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country.